Hello, everybody. This is Psychic Soul Senses. Okay, so I want to read this article. It's called Overcoming the Impossible with DNA to Building Superconductor That Could Transform Technology. In DNA, scientists find a solution to building a superconductor that could transform technology. Could let computers work at warp speed, save energy, and even make trains fly. Scientists have used DNA to overcome a nearly insurmountable obstacle to engineering materials that will revolutionize electronics. Published in the journal Science on July 28, 2022, the work was performed by researchers at the University of Virginia School of Medicine and their collaborators. One possible outcome, I wish it was HD up here. I don't know why it's not. Okay, anyways. One possible outcome of these engineered materials could be superconductors, which have zero electrical resistance, allowing electrons to flow unimpeded. That means that unlike current means of electrical transmission, they could not lose energy and don't create heat, just like humans. We do that all day in our body. We create energy and we don't overheat. It's our DNA. So that means development of a superconductor that could be used widely at normal pressures and room temperature instead of an extremely high or low temperature, as is now possible, could lead to many technological wonders. These include hyper-fast computers, shrinking the size of electrical devices, allowing high-speed trains to float on magnets, and slash energy use, and many more. They're working with the technology to where eventually your computer is only going to work with you. Your energy, your DNA, your frequencies, your energy field. That's how some of these ships fly. They talk about that technology. They have it. It's in MK Ultra. There's a chair that you can sit in and you can control everything by your thoughts, by your frequency. Your thought puts off a frequency. One such superconductor was first proposed by Stanford physicist William A. Little more than 50 years ago. Scientists have spent decades trying to make it work. However, even after validating the feasibility of his idea, they were left with a challenge that appeared impossible to overcome until now. It's because they're finally admitting they can do it. Edward H. Engelmann, Ph.D. of UVA's Department of Biochemistry and Molecular Genetics, has been a leader in the field of cryo-electron microscopy, and he and Letitia Beltran, a graduate student in his lab, used cryo-EM imaging for this seemingly impossible project. It demonstrates, he said, that the cryo-EM technique has great potential in materials research. One possible way to realize Little's idea for the superconductor is to modify lattices of carbon nanotubes. They are hollow cylinders of carbon so tiny that they can be measured in nanometers, billionths of a meter. However, there was a huge challenge: controlling chemical reactions along the nanotubes, as the lattice could be assembled as precisely as needed to function as intended. Engelmann and his colleagues found the answer in the very building blocks of life. They took DNA, the genetic material that tells living cells how to operate, and used it to guide a chemical reaction that would overcome a great barrier to little superconductor. In short, they used chemistry to perform an astonishingly precise structural engineering construction at the level of individual molecules. The result was a lattice of carbon nanotubes assembled specifically as needed for Little's room temperature superconductor. This work demonstrates that ordered carbon nanotube modification can be achieved by taking advantage of DNA sequence control over the spacing between adjacent reaction sites, Engelmann said. For now, the lattice they built, I have to say, the reason I do my videos on what I do it on is because we are the technology. Our DNA holds the technology for quantum physics to go quantum. And they're just not figuring this out. We are that grand. That's why God made us to be like gods in a body, like angels in a body. It's hard to explain, but this is why I do the videos I do, because we are the most technologically advanced form of life that there is, and they can use us to do quantum computing. We emit IR rays and things off of our energy field that can be used. And they're studying this now. That's what this article is about. For now, the lattice they built has not been tested for superconductivity. However, it offers proof of principle and has great potential for the future, the researchers say. While cryo-EM has emerged as the main technique in biology for determining the atomic structure of protein assemblies, it has had much less impact thus far in materials science, said Engelmann, whose prior work led to his induction in the National Academy of Sciences, one of the highest honors a scientist can receive. Engelmann and his collaborators say that their DNA-guided approach to lattice construction could have a wide variety of useful research applications, especially in physics, but it also validates the possibility of building Little's room temperature superconductor. Scientists' work, combined with other breakthroughs in superconductors in recent years, could ultimately transform technology as we know it and lead us to a much more Star Trek future. They're studying how we can affect electronics, how we can affect electricity, how we are the missing link. While we often think of biology using tools and techniques from physics, our work shows that the approaches being developed in biology can actually be applied to problems in physics and engineering, Engelmann said. This is what is so exciting about science, not being able to predict where our work will lead. So you can also go to, researchers have published their findings in the Journal of Science. References are the DNA-guided lattice remodeling of carbon and nanotubes by Ziwei Lin Lattice. Okay, anyways, so I wanted to get that out there. I've been wanting to do that video for a while, but like I said, I had kids and was taking care of stuff, but I'm going to go ahead and end this and post this up, and I will get to my next video soon. I'm so happy to see you guys. I'm so happy you can see my face. Have a good day.